Everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been quite some time since I made a video, and that is because I've been working for quite some time making this and that, this and that, this and this, and also that. And also, this is Mr. Snapper Hands, and what on earth just happened? Let's slow down time, see what happened. Okay, he's fine. He's fine. Nothing's wrong with him. Let's get deeper into here. Hey, look how in work gun. Oops, wrong angle. It was the wrong angle. What the? Oh. Gotta put that thing back in there, and I said back in there. I did not even do anything. Let's see how this thing works. I see. Let's go deeper because that isn't the thing that I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you that there is new sea monsters and monsters in the fantasy land sort of world. We now have a new roamer, the scorpion roamer. The scorpion roamer is the smallest of its bloodline and species. His ancestors are much bigger, being much bigger roamers. Let me find its ancestors. Aha, right here. This is a normal roamer, and this is a scorpion roamer. There is a very big difference between these two. Slam jams! Get him out of here. One thing I need to tell you about this guy is, hey, can we have a test subject? Thank you. These creatures are much bigger than you accepted, and they have these brown pieces, these brown shell-like armor made to attract mates and defend themselves. And this giant stick down here isn't what you think you are, dirty-minded little boy. It is actually a tail, a scorpion tail, which aims down and just, yeah, you'll get the point. And also has one fang which is poisonous. Well, venomous. This is boring. Not as boring as this guy. He's absolutely lame. Meh. There's also a water version of him that I'm not going to talk about. It's the Aquarobustus. Here we have one of the most biggest, newest creatures. It is a Hey Sam, why did you just upload so much? You said you said you said you did not upload because you busy? A man was just taking a swim in the most polluted ocean of the Melon Playground world. Actually, no, the fantasy world. And then out of nowhere, the water had this giant ammonite squid-looking snail creature come out and absolutely, let's just say, actually no, that's not what happened. It used its shell kind of like a sword and just rained terror on him and just kebabbed him. Get kebabbed. Even though how fun it looks like to, play with this guy, I don't. Okay. I'm very busy, so I'm just gonna speed run the newest features. We have the cockroach sandworm. What was it called again? The camel strider, lunar ammonite, tumor worm, sucoraptor, and what was this big guy name again? Oh yeah, the hornhead behemoth. That's it, and I don't want to show anymore because I'm too lazy to. Well, yeah, I don't want to get sad or so. Yeah, so let's just talk about all of them, what they're known to do. This might be the worst video I have ever recorded, but I don't care. I'm uploading it anyways. This guy's name is not what you think. It looks like its name is Opaka Ammonite, but no, it's actually Apaka, like Apocalypse Ammonite. That is because of how strangely large it is. Even though it looks very, large and moves slow, it's basically a torpedo because it has hollow bones. And it uses that shell like a piercer. Bonator serpent? Did I show this? I don't know. The Bombodon. Basically a nuclear bomb. The camel strider, which when it opens its mouth, releases a chemical which is specifically made to turn you basically unmovable, making you it just deactivates your muscles, making it so you cannot move. It'll come to you, bite you, and just basically crush you in its mouth and then eat you. Here's a demonstration. It'll grab you with that horrifying looking mouth it has, and then just... You will then be inside its mouth, head first, crushed by the top of its mouth, with the under of its mouth. And then you just get smoothified. You just turn into a delicious smoothie and then gets consumed. Well, it's pretty gruesome to get eaten by this guy. Next up we have... Imagine being in the desert, the hottest of the hottest time, and then you finally find water. You were happy. You're gonna get the water until you get obliterated by a cockroach sandworm. The cockroach sandworms live near waters. That is the easiest way to hunt. Even though they have absolutely no survival skills, they just stay there, just makes a burrow in the sand, waiting for a prey to come nearby, comes out, and bites it. And we already showed you the demonstration with that melon. Next up, we have... the hornhead behemoth. Imagine swimming. Don't mind the injuries this guy is gonna get. Imagine you're swimming and you get too deep into the water, but you see some lights. Lights connected to something very large. You think it's a whale until you see that it's actually a normal fish. How is this a normal fish? Well, its ancestor used to eat megalodons. I'm talking about the Leviathan or Leviathan they call it. This creature uses a vacuum mouth. Well, from that I mean like when it closes its mouth, it sucks all the water in its mouth to its a porch in this area right here, which is just right here. Well, it's like this. This is the throat to its neck, and there is another like sticky thing in another pouch here. All the water gets into that pouch, and then it just vacuums you into this one, using muscles to close that pouch, making going to its absolutely spaghetti trilasky looking stomach into its actual stomach, which is the middle portion. And these lights are made to scare off predators and attract mates. And then you just go from this one to the behemoth waist. And what is this tail for? Well, tail stuff, but they don't have fins. They have giant flat spikes. Weird, right? Extremely weird. So how do they move? They learn the technique from the snakes. They go up and down until they make some kind of testudo formation movement. And these creatures are rarely known to come out of the water because they live so deep in the ocean. From knowing their absolutely very dark blue skin, these creatures come out when it's nighttime. When it's daytime, the sun will then burn its skin, rotting the flesh off like if you got neurotoxin, and then eventually killing him or it. All these behemoths actually do is go to the night, poke their head and neck out, a very long neck, and then just stay there. The moon gives artificial light to its skin, making it less, skinnier skinny skin, making it skinnier, which helps it navigate because of its absolutely massive behind. I'm not going to tell you how they made it. It's kind of, you could say, weird. Next up, we have the lunar ammonite. Lunar ammonites are the smallest species of ammonites in this world. Why is there ammonites here? Well, the lunar ammonite is a short nickname. Lunar means singular, and ammonite means sea snail. So it is a singular sea snail, singular tentacle sea snail, to be exact. Only being slightly bigger or smaller than a human being, around 1.8 meters. And they eat a lot, using their proboscis-looking tentacle to, basically a mosquito, a water mosquito. Next up, we have the Sucoraptor. The Sucoraptor is basically a Japanese velociraptor, and I mean that literally. They have bright, clean skin with a lot of scales, big flappy ears like an elephant, and rhinoceros horns. Why do they have rhinoceros horns? Because God wanted to make these guys. God, aka me, the creator of all of these creatures, made them. So basically, they are a living lawnmower to smaller creatures like Microsauruses, Land Roverosauruses. Fun fact: did you know that the Land Roversaurus was the first ever dinosaur monster creature to be discovered? The reason why I rushed was because the ad was coming in. Never mind. Well, these creatures hunt you just to first hunt things or whatever you want. Blah, 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 blah. Explanation. So basically, they hunt you down just by brute force. They run up to you, jump, use their horns, stab you wherever they want to do, and then just bite you right in the worst place possible. And when they're on there, they will then stab you right in the head, fling you onto the sky, ram you down, crushing your spinal column. There you are, just a dead corpse. They'll then get your claw and just butcher you into much smaller pieces for their children and themselves. They also have a chameleon tail for mating and attraction. Sassy looking raptor you are. So might not actually showed you this, but here's the Sictosorlum. Literally. It's got that name because basically it looks like it's got coronavirus permanently. Looks like something like the Totactic Tadactic, whatever that commercial was. Like that alien which is in your toes. That. Sorlum. Like, kind of looks like a mammal, they said. That's actually a nickname. Their actual name, scientific name, is Gorphulus crawler, which is basically an ancestor to the skull crawler. And what are the skull crawlers? Not sauropods, not theropods. They are tripods. Tripods. Like, they use their tail at the back to, just 3 legs. But this guy only uses its arms. So what is it actually? It's a triduopod, which uses its arms to, move around. Drown, you unholy beast! Talking about water, here we have the sun star, the biggest type of starfish to ever exist. They're known to have tentacles, which are almost as tall as literal office buildings. They're very long, you can say, and their body is basically longer than the Eiffel Tower. Imagine this thing attacking the Statue of Liberty. That's basically, this guy is Starro. If you don't know who Starro is, remember Bill Cipher from Gravity Falls? Imagine him, but instead of being a space Dorito, a star. But instead of 5 limbs, it's like 800 limbs. This guy from Suicide Squad was absolutely iconic back in the days. Iconic? Is that the same word? Is that the perfect word to describe this guy? He's just a gigantic space star, and he looks absolutely threatening, you could say. But mine is a water star, so don't get any ideas, mister. Seriously, that's it. You wasted all that time just to make just a few of creatures. Don't you know how much more you can make with all that time? It's because I'm lazy, and shut your mouth, or else I just gonna rip off your skin. Yeah, and how are you gonna do that? Wait, right here. It's time to scream in organizing pain. Goodbye! Kaboom!